Hello YouTubers, today we're going to be working on this 2005 Ford Mustang 4.0, and we're going to be replacing the thermostat housing and the thermostat. The thermostat is already in there, it comes with the thermostat. And what happened on this one, and I'll show you a better view, it cracked. You can see in there where it's cracked, and when you fire it up, it just squirts water everywhere. So let me see. It looks like it's cracked from somewhere right here. But anyway, let's get on it and take a look at it. All right, let's start by removing this air duct here. And this, you have a little clip here. All you're gonna do is pull it. I hope it don't break. Up. That's all we're doing, pushing on that up. See how it opens it? And then you pull back. Let me get a screwdriver for that. Around. Set that aside, and I may, just to get it out of the way. You don't have to, but I'm gonna make it easier. I'm gonna lift this up. I'm just gonna get it out of my way. Don't forget to plug it in when you're done. Okay, and I'm gonna also unplug this one. You pull this red tab back, and it'll unlock it, and you can squeeze in there and pull it out. Squeeze in here and out it comes. Sorry, I almost dropped the camera. Once you pull this red tab back, just squeeze in here and it'll pop out. And I'm gonna take this radiator hose off. And that's the thing about working on the field. I would replace this one with one of those that you have a screw. I hate these clamps. And they've been running nothing but water on it, so we'll have to go get some coolant. And I'm probably gonna have to take off this throttle body just to have better access to it. Yeah. And here's another clip. Just pull the red tab back. I'm gonna use these pliers and grab it, and out it comes. Now we're gonna have 4 bolts on the throttle body that we're gonna have to remove. 8 millimeters. I'm gonna start with the hard ones, the one at the bottom. There's that bottom one. We're just gonna swing it around to this side. That's what the bolts look like. 4 of them, they're the same size. They're all the same size. All right, we got this clamp here, or connection. Let's try to grab it with these pliers. And now we're starting to get into some tricky spots here. There we go. Let's get a pliers and get that clamp. I hate these. Sorry, I know I'm in your way, but I need to get this out of here. Might as well pull it out of the way. Okay, that's off. Let's get these bolts. 3 bolts, I believe. See how it cracked right there? How it's opened? Look at that. Ah, dang. Better not mess with it and get some plastic in there. I guess we can try to remove this hole so we can have better access. Oh, be careful, this one looks like it might break if you pull it too hard. You look over here, it's just hard plastic. I'm just gonna work around it. I don't wanna break it. Now get a swivel. And that back bolt, it's kind of tricky. You've got this, I think it's the fuel rail hose on the way. It's got some flex so you can push it back. I'm using one of these. 8 millimeter. I'm on there. Perfect. See? Grabs it perfectly. But I'm gonna get the socket in there just to show you that you can do it with the socket, because that hose has some flex in it. And you can just push it out of the way. Let me get a longer extension. Okay, see, you can reach it in there. You can get in there with this, but this does get in the way. Let me just see if I can move it a little bit. I said I don't want to mess with this hose because you can break it. Maybe just slide it a little bit where I can get in here with this, and yeah, that'll work perfect. Let me get that sucker out. Now I can whisk Khalifa's through it. Okay, there, it's loose. Let's get this sucker out. And this one's hitting back there, so we're gonna try a swivel on that one. Just be careful, don't get that swivel caught in there. Then you'll have to leave it there for the customer, and the customer will have himself a nice swivel. Oh, these boys are long. Okay. One more back there, and near the water. Going bloop, 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 bloop. Look at that big hole on there. All right, let's take it out. See if we'll. Oh, there's one more hose here. That one, duh. Forgot it. It's right in front. How could I miss it? That hose right there. Okay, take one. Let's try it with this first. Okay. Come on out, sucker. This will probably be the hardest part. Look at that big old gash in there. Let me get this plastic out. All right, let's take a look at the damage. There's a plastic in there. See it flopping around in there? That's where it cracked. Cheap plastic, man. Okay, we're gonna use this sensor. What we're gonna do is pull this clip out. And we should be able to pop this sensor out. There we go. Now we can can all this. Okay, let me show you the difference. Everything's the same except this hole. On the old one, the one towards the, I guess this tube is open, and on this one's open. I guess it doesn't really matter because they both go into the same port. If you look down here, I know you can't see with no light, but I've looked in there and they both, see, you can see my finger in there. Can you see my finger? There we go. And I can also stick it through here. So I guess it depending on your vehicle. And the way it sits on my vehicle, I'd be better off using this one because this one's right under the throttle body, and I think it'd be hard getting that sensor in there. So what I'm gonna do is pull this out. It should pop out, yep. Shove it in this one. Put the clip on. Oops, got it on the wrong way. Put the clip on and plug this one instead. Make sure it doesn't come out. Okay, and then go with the sensor on this side. The sensor. And let me get the clip for it. Okay, I got the sensor in there. I think it'll twist once I put the clip in there, because I'm gonna probably need to set it where it's best so I can hook up the connection. There, it ain't going nowhere. Turns. I don't want to turn it too much. I don't want to damage. Okay, there we go. And this is what I was talking about, depending which port you want to use. If I use that one back there, I will be way back in there. I guess it could work. Well, when it's back in there, it'll probably hit them. There's another little, like a sensor. I can't tell what it is down there, and it'll probably hit on that. So my best bet was to use this second one, just like it came out. And now see how I'll have that room in there when it sits in there. Let me clean this up. You want to clean this up real good before you put the new one on. Okay, I cleaned it the best I could. Again, I'm out in the field, so I'm gonna go with the same crappy clamps. Next time I remember to bring some, and we're gonna go ahead and install it. All right, let's try to get this bad boy in here. Probably the hardest part is trying to get this tube in here. And you guys are in my way, but I'll figure a way to work around you guys. If I bump you, I'm sorry, but we need to get this in here. Okay. Let's grab these. Okay, it's all the way in there. I'm gonna release the clamp right there. Oh, that went easier than I thought. And everything else should line up. Once you set it in there, it should just line up perfectly. Wiggle it around and make sure it's in there. And I start putting the bolts. Okay, let me try to align it. Make sure it's seated on there properly. There we go. That feels good right there. I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way down with this one so it'll keep it aligned. See if we can get the back one in there. Push that hose back a little bit. It's got some place, so y'all be able to do that. Get this one in here. See if this one will line up. Just be very careful when you push this hose. Don't put a hole in it. I'm gonna take a chance and use this to push it a little bit back so I can get this in there. There we go. See, it's in there. Let's try the swivel. Wrong way. Okay, let's do this one. Now let's hand tighten them. Alright, let me get in there and get that bad boy. And remember, this is plastic, so you don't want to go super hard and crack. Now we'll need the swivel for that one. That one wants to hide back there. But that's why we made swivels, buddy, so you can't get away from us. Right there. That feels good. Be careful when y'all do these, guys, because I had my son do it a while back and he stripped the threads on it. Just get in there. When you feel it snug, don't overdo it. Just feel it. Go by feel. Or look up the specs. I don't know what the specs for this would be. And we're done. Now we'll run this connection. in there. Make sure this is in all the way. Remember, we kind of pulled it out. All right, I think we're good. All right, we're ready for the throttle body. I'm gonna put this one in here because that was kind of a pain in the rear to get to. And now it's got locked on. There we go. Okay, we got one more clip over here. This went through the bottom or the top? I'm gonna go through the top. I don't know which way it is, but I don't like the way it's holding pressure on it. Now I'll go through the bottom. All right, YouTubers, let me show you what I got going here. Okay, if y'all remember when I changed out this thermostat housing, it had 2 ports, and the original one, I had the sensor on here. So I went ahead and took this plug out and put it over here, and I put the sensor here because I thought I would run into issues with it hitting up here. But when I did that, it was leaking real bad because that sensor fit real loose on this port. So I swapped them out. I took out that plug and put it back here like it is right now, and then I took the sensor and put it like, and I cleared it. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to clear it, but you can see it clears. You got room, and if it's tighter in that port, but it still wiggles and it's barely leaking anything, you can't even see it. I mean, it leaks very little. I mean, I could get away with it, but I don't want to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull that sensor out and put silicone on it. And when I took the old one out, which I have it here, I noticed that it has silicone. So I guess when I did this last time too. So I guess when I did that, I had to put a little silicone to seal it properly. But this is the original one. See the difference? It's on the first port, and on the one I just bought, the new one, the sensor goes on the second port. It doesn't matter, it'll work. Okay, we're kind of blurry, but I'm going for that clip right there with these pliers. I had to go buy a pack of these clips because earlier when I was doing it, I dropped it and I lost it. It's one of them disappearing clips that you drop it and you can't find it. Okay, we take it off, and now this should just lift right up. And we're gonna put silicone right here. As you notice, see, it had silicone before and it's real good. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with silicone again. I'm gonna go with this gasket maker. Something I had there, and I just gooped it around there. Then we'll insert it and we'll see what happens. All right, I got my gloves off and I'm gonna try to put it in there and try not to disturb it too much. There we go, it's flush down there. Let's get the clip. Shut down on this sensor, make sure that clip goes in where it's supposed to be, and I don't want to lose this one because them damn things was $10 for 2 of them. There, it's in there. Now maybe I should have put the sensor on first. Maybe not. Maybe I'm still good. Okay, snap it in place. There we go. Clips in place. Let it dry a little bit, see what happens. Okay, YouTubers, that fixed it. It's not leaking at all. Took it out for a drive for about 30 minutes, drove around, got on it, and it's not leaking at all. So thanks for watching, and like always, I really appreciate you, and God bless you.